Hello and welcome, dear friends, to Healthy Aging Bites. Whether you're a longtime subscriber or you're just joining us for the first time, we're so glad you're here. On this channel, we don't just talk about health, we share simple, meaningful tips to help you live stronger, move easier, and feel better every day after 60. It's about small steps that make a big difference. Now, maybe you clicked on this video because you saw a title that caught your eye. Your muscles will keep disappearing unless you eat this before bed. Sounds dramatic, right? Maybe even a little hard to believe? Eat something before bed and your muscles recover? It might sound too simple or even a little strange, but as someone who's practiced medicine in the US for over 20 years, I'm here to tell you. Modern science actually supports this. And if you're over 60, this message is even more important for you. You see, most of us have been told that losing muscle, feeling weaker, moving slower, and losing balance is just part of aging. It's normal. It happens to everyone. I've heard that 1,000 times in my office. But here's the truth I want to share with you right from the start. Muscle loss with age, what we call sarcopenia, isn't just a fact of life. It's not your destiny. It's something that can be slowed down and, yes, in many cases, even reversed if you understand what's really going on and give your body the right support, especially at night. One of the most surprising things we now know from science is this. Your body rebuilds muscle most efficiently while you're sleeping. Not while you're exercising. Not while you're stretching. But while you're resting deep in sleep, your body is repairing and rebuilding itself. But here's the catch. If your body doesn't have the right materials, amino acids, vitamins, minerals, it can't do that repair work. You can sleep 8 hours and still wake up feeling tired, shaky, or unsteady because your body simply didn't have the fuel it needed to recover. So, in today's video, I'm going to walk you through 4 incredibly simple, affordable, and easy to digest foods that you can enjoy before bed. These foods can help you sleep better, wake up feeling more energized, and most importantly, help preserve the muscle strength you already have. I'll also share real stories from older adults right here in the US who made small changes in their evening habits and noticed a big difference in just 2 to 3 weeks. But before we dive into the details, let me ask you something. If this is your first time on Healthy Aging Bites, or if you find this information helpful for yourself or a loved one, please tap that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue to create science-based, practical, and trustworthy content for the aging community. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need expensive supplements. And you certainly don't need a complicated diet to feel stronger after 60. You just need to understand your body, choose the right foods, and eat them at the right time. And the best time to do that? Right before bed. That's when the real healing happens. So, come with me now as we explore these bedtime foods, the stories behind them, and the quiet, powerful ways your body can rebuild itself while you sleep. Let's get started. Understanding muscle loss. After 60, what really happens to our strength? Let's start by getting one thing straight. Feeling weaker as you get older is not just getting old. It's a biological process with the name sarcopenia, and once you understand what's really happening, you can do something about it. What is sarcopenia, and why does it matter? Sarcopenia is a medical term for the gradual loss of muscle mass, strength, and function as we age. Most people begin to lose muscle after the age of 30, but after 60, the process starts to speed up unless we actively do something to slow it down. Let me be clear. Sarcopenia is not just about looking thin or flabby. It affects how you move, how you balance, how you recover from illness, and even how you breathe. It impacts whether you can carry groceries, get up from a chair, climb stairs, or walk across the room without feeling unstable. Muscles aren't just about strength, they're tied to your independence. Why do muscles disappear with age? Several factors work against us as we age. 1. Hormonal changes. Our levels of important hormones like testosterone, estrogen, growth hormone, and insulin-like growth factor begin to decline. These hormones play a big role in building and maintaining muscle. When they drop, our ability to recover and rebuild gets slower. 2. Anabolic resistance. This is a fancy way of saying that our muscles don't respond to protein like they used to. At 25, a small piece of chicken could kick off muscle growth. At 65, that same amount might do almost nothing unless it's paired with the right timing and nutrients. 3. Less physical activity. Many seniors reduce their movement out of fear of falling or because of joint pain. But here's the catch. The less you move, the faster you lose muscle. It becomes a vicious cycle. Weakness leads to inactivity, which leads to more weakness. 4. Inflammation. As we age, our bodies live in a state of low-grade chronic inflammation. That means your immune system is always on, even if there's no infection. This silent fire can slowly break down muscle tissue, making it harder to recover. 5. Nutrient deficiency. Even if you eat 3 meals a day, you might not be getting what your muscles need. Many older adults don't get enough protein, vitamin D, or magnesium. Others don't absorb nutrients well because of medications, digestive issues, or dental problems. Story time. Grace, age 72. I thought I was just getting old. I want to tell you about a patient of mine, Grace, a 72-year-old retired librarian. She came to see me because she said, "Doctor, I think I'm just slowing down. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but I feel like my legs don't belong to me anymore." She wasn't in pain. She wasn't sick, but she was afraid of becoming dependent on her daughter, afraid of falling, afraid of being stuck in a body that didn't feel strong anymore. We talked about her daily routine. She ate healthy salads, soup, lots of fruit but very little protein, and like many older adults, she avoided eating at night. I told Grace the truth. This isn't just aging, it's muscle loss, and you can fight it. We made a small plan. Add 1 high-protein bedtime snack. That's it. 3 weeks later, she called my office, her voice light and excited. I'm not saying I feel like I'm 30, but I stood up from the couch yesterday without thinking. No armrests, no pushing off. I just stood up. For her, it was a turning point. For me, it was another reminder that even a little progress means everything. What happens if you don't stop muscle loss? Let's be honest. If you do nothing, sarcopenia doesn't just level off, it gets worse. Without muscle, you lose balance. Your joints take more pressure. You feel tired faster. You take longer to recover from a cold, surgery, or fall. And one of the biggest risks, you may become dependent on others for basic daily tasks. That's why starting early matters. And if you think you're too old to change anything, trust me, I've seen patients improve in their 80s and 90s. So what can you do about it? The solution doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to involve gym memberships or protein shakes the size of your head. You need to focus on 2 things. Iteming, when you eat matters. Your body rebuilds best while you sleep. That's when hormones activate. That's when tissues regenerate. But if you go to bed on an empty stomach or if you haven't eaten the right nutrients, your body doesn't have the tools it needs. Nutrition. What you eat matters. You need foods that are rich in complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids, leucine to stimulate muscle growth, magnesium to help muscles relax, melatonin or tryptophan to improve sleep quality, healthy fats and complex carbs to support overnight repair. That's exactly what we're going to talk about next. These aren't exotic, hard-to-find ingredients. They're probably in your kitchen already or one short trip to the grocery store away. For muscle loss is not inevitable. It's manageable. You don't need to be afraid of weakness. You don't need to accept that every morning will feel worse than the last. Muscle loss can be slowed. Muscle strength can be regained. Energy, stability, and confidence can return. You just have to start with 1 bite, 1 habit, 1 night at a time. Coming up next. In the next part of this video, we'll go through 4 powerful foods that you can eat before bed. Each one is gentle on the stomach, easy to find, affordable, and backed by science. We'll start with something green, fuzzy, and surprisingly effective. Kiwi, a sleep-friendly fruit with muscle-healing benefits. Let's keep going. You're doing great. Part 3. Kiwi, a small fruit with big benefits for sleep and muscle recovery. Let's start with something simple, something soft, sweet, and maybe even sitting in your fridge right now. The humble kiwi. Now, you might think of kiwi as a refreshing summer fruit, or something you toss into a fruit salad at a picnic. But behind its fuzzy skin and bright green center lies a powerful, natural tool for better sleep, calmer nights, and stronger mornings. And for anyone over 60, that matters more than ever. Meet George, 74. I thought stiffness was just old age. George was a retired teacher. He was 74, widowed, kind-eyed, and always had a story to tell. But the day he came to see me, he wasn't in a storytelling mood. He sat quietly, rubbed his knees, and said, "Doc, I sleep fine most nights, but I wake up stiff, like my body spent the night clenching every muscle. Not pain, just tired, weak." He told me his arms felt heavier lately, his legs shakier. "I'm not falling," he said, "but I can feel the difference. I don't trust my body the way I used to." I asked him one question. "What do you eat before bed?" He looked puzzled. "Nothing? Should I?" And that's when I introduced him to the kiwi trick. Kiwi and sleep, a natural boost you can eat. Here's what many people don't know. Kiwi is one of the very few fruits that naturally contain melatonin, the hormone your brain produces to signal that it's time for rest. While millions of people take melatonin supplements to fall asleep, kiwi offers a gentler, more natural way to increase melatonin levels through food. In fact, a study from Taiwan in 2011 found that eating 2 kiwis 1 hour before bed every night for 4 weeks significantly improved both sleep quality and duration, especially in older adults. But that's just the beginning. Why sleep matters for muscle health. When you sleep, especially in deep sleep, your body doesn't just rest. It goes to work. It releases growth hormone, which is critical for repairing tissue. It balances cortisol, your body's stress hormone, and most importantly, it rebuilds muscle, cell by cell. But it can only do all that if your body has the right ingredients floating in your bloodstream. No nutrients, no repair. So, when George started eating 2 kiwis before bed, he wasn't just falling asleep faster, he was feeding his muscles the green light they needed to rebuild. After 2 weeks, George came back and told me with a laugh, "I don't creak like an old rocking chair anymore. My legs feel like they belong to me again." That's the power of pairing better sleep with better nutrition. Kiwi's nutritional powerhouse for aging bodies. Let's break down what makes kiwi so helpful not just for sleep, but for your whole body after 60. Melatonin. We've covered this, but it's worth repeating. Kiwi is one of the few foods naturally rich in melatonin. And for older adults whose natural melatonin production has slowed, this is a gentle way to help your brain reset its sleep cycle. Antioxidants, vitamin C and E. Kiwi is packed with vitamin C, even more than oranges, and vitamin E. Both help fight off oxidative stress, the kind of low-level cell damage that builds up with age and leads to inflammation, soreness, and muscle fatigue. When your muscles are inflamed, they don't recover well. Antioxidants clean up the damage, making room for real recovery. Potassium. This mineral is essential for muscle contraction and nerve signaling. If you've ever had one of those intense calf cramps at 3 a.m., you know what happens when your potassium gets out of balance. Kiwi delivers a healthy dose of potassium without raising your sodium levels, perfect for anyone watching their blood pressure. Low glycemic, easy to digest. Despite being sweet, kiwi has a low glycemic index, meaning it won't spike your blood sugar. This makes it a safe choice for people with diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance. It's also easy on the stomach and generally well tolerated even by those with mild digestive sensitivities. When and how to eat kiwi for the best results. This part is simple. Just follow what I call the George Protocol, named after my patient. Eat 2 ripe kiwis about 1 hour before bedtime. Chew slowly. Enjoy it. Let it become a relaxing evening ritual. You can eat them as is, or slice them into a bowl with a few spoons of cottage cheese, which, by the way, we'll talk about later. Some people even blend them with Greek yogurt or oats for a light bedtime snack. Consistency is key. Don't try it one night and expect miracles. Give it at least 2 weeks and let your body adjust. A few notes of caution. Like any food, kiwi may not be for everyone. Here are a few gentle reminders. Some people may have a sensitivity to kiwi, especially if they also react to other tropical fruits. Start with a small amount if unsure. If you have acid reflux or sensitive stomach lining, test it with food first. Kiwi is mildly acidic. Choose ripe kiwis, they're easier to digest and less sour. That said, most people I've worked with find kiwi to be a soothing, well-tolerated fruit that quickly becomes a bedtime favorite. Why this matters so much for older adults. As we age, every hour of good sleep counts. Every gram of muscle saved matters. And every small habit we build can either move us toward independence or away from it. Kiwi isn't a cure. It's not a magic bullet. But it is a gentle tool, simple, affordable, and delicious that helps your body do what it already wants to do: heal. For those of us over 60, that's not just valuable, it's essential. Coming up next, now that we've seen the power of a fruit, let's talk about something a little more familiar but often underestimated: the egg. Yesone, single egg before bed could mean the difference between waking up shaky or waking up strong. In the next section, we'll explore how egg, protein, vitamin D, and choline work together to keep your body balanced while you sleep. Stick around, you won't want to miss it. Part 4. Eggs. A familiar food with unfamiliar strength for your muscles. After 60, you've probably cracked a few eggs in your lifetime, maybe hundreds. Fried for breakfast, hard-boiled for lunch, scrambled for the grandkids. But what if I told you that a single egg eaten before bed could quietly support your muscles all night long, especially after the age of 60? It's not just about breakfast anymore. For older adults, eggs at night may be one of the most underestimated tools for restoring muscle and strength. The egg. Simple, affordable, and surprisingly powerful. Let's start with what makes the egg so special. Eggs are a complete protein, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to repair muscle tissue. That's rare. Most plant-based foods are missing at least one. But with eggs, your body gets the full building block set it needs to go to work. Even more important, eggs are especially high in an amino acid called leucine. Leucine acts like a switch for muscle repair. It tells your body, it's time to rebuild. And guess when your body listens best to that message? While you sleep. Meet Lean, 68. I didn't think one egg could do anything. Lean is a cheerful woman I met at a community health event. She always brought fruit to share. But for months, she'd been feeling unsteady in the mornings. She told me, laughing but serious, "I get up and my legs wobble like overcooked spaghetti. It's a little scary." She didn't eat much at night. Her dinner was light, and after 6 p.m., she avoided food altogether, believing that eating late might disrupt her sleep. We tried something simple. 1 poached egg, just one, about an hour before bed. No heavy meals, no complicated diet, just a soft, warm, easy-to-digest protein boost. 2 weeks later, she pulled me aside with wide eyes. "I didn't think it would make a difference, but I don't feel so wobbly anymore. I actually feel stable." Sometimes that's all it takes. 1 egg, 1 habit, 1 change. What's inside that makes eggs so good for you? Leucine, 500-600 milligrams per egg. We've already mentioned it, but let's say it again. Leucine triggers muscle protein synthesis, your body's natural muscle building process. This is especially important after 60, when our bodies don't respond to small amounts of protein like they used to. UGA, 6 grams of high-quality protein, That's more than enough to provide your muscles with a steady dose of amino acids to work with overnight. Vitamin D. Many older adults are low in vitamin D, especially those who don't get out in the sun as much. Vitamin D isn't just for bones. It plays a critical role in muscle strength, immune function, and balance. Choline. Eggs are one of the best sources of this brain-boosting nutrient. Choline helps support memory, nerve signaling, and muscle control. It's particularly valuable for older adults wanting to stay sharp and physically responsive. They GIF? But what about cholesterol? Great question. For years, eggs got a bad rap. But recent science tells a different story. For most people, eating an egg a day does not increase heart disease risk. In fact, eggs can actually improve your cholesterol profile by raising HDL, the good cholesterol. Of course, if your doctor has given you specific dietary guidelines, follow them. But for the average healthy senior, a single egg a day is safe and extremely beneficial. When and how to eat an egg before bed. This couldn't be easier. I usually recommend 1 soft-boiled, poached, or gently scrambled egg, eaten about 60-90 minutes before bed. Prepared without butter or excessive salt. Optional. Serve with steamed vegetables or a few slices of avocado if you'd like a little more substance. The key is keeping it light and digestible, while giving your body the protein and leucine it needs for overnight repair. And if you have trouble chewing or swallowing, eggs are one of the easiest proteins on your jaw. No effort, no strain, no blender required. Gentle reminders. Avoid frying eggs in butter or oils high in saturated fat. Skip heavily salted or processed egg dishes like quiches or breakfast burritos before bed. If you're watching sodium or cholesterol due to a medical condition, check with your doctor first. Why eggs matter more after 60. After 60, your body becomes less efficient at using protein, especially for muscle repair. Think of it like this. At 30, your body is a sponge. It soaks up small amounts of protein easily. At 65, the sponge is stiffer, it needs more water, and it needs the right timing to absorb it. That's why eating protein right before bed, when your body is primed for repair, is so powerful. An egg may be small, but in the world of overnight recovery, it's exactly the right size. Coming up next, you've now learned how fruit and protein can work together to improve both your sleep and your strength. In the next section, we're turning our attention to something you might already have in your pantry, something so small you could easily overlook it. Pumpkin seeds. These tiny green seeds are loaded with magnesium, tryptophan, and protein, making them an ideal bedtime companion for older adults. Stick around, this next one might surprise you. Part 5. Pumpkin seeds. Small but mighty for muscle recovery and deep sleep. Let's talk about something small, really small. So small, in fact, that many people don't even think twice about it. They toss it on top of a salad, maybe bake it into granola, or ignore it entirely at the back of the cupboard. But for those of us over 60, pumpkin seeds, also known as pepitasare, one of nature's most underrated nighttime powerhouses. They're tiny, but they pack a punch, especially when it comes to helping your muscles relax, supporting deeper sleep, and gently rebuilding strength overnight. Meet Harold, 72. I woke up tight every morning. Harold was a retired gardener. He loved the earth, loved being outside. But after he retired, he noticed something different. He told me, "I sleep okay, but every morning I feel like someone wrapped my legs in rubber bands while I was sleeping. I stretch, I walk around, but it takes me a while to feel normal." We looked at his routine. He wasn't exercising too much or too little. He wasn't dehydrated. He was eating fairly healthy. But he was missing one key mineral: magnesium. That's when I recommended pumpkin seeds, just a small handful in the evening. And within 2 weeks, Harold came back and said, "I don't wake up stiff anymore. I still stretch, but it's easier. Like my muscles are finally getting the message to relax." Why magnesium matters more as we age. Magnesium plays a critical role in muscle function. It helps muscles contract and relax properly. Without enough of it, Your muscles may stay partially tensed even during sleep. That's why some people wake up sore or stiff, even after a full night in bed. Pumpkin seeds are one of the best natural sources of magnesium out there. Just 1 ounce, about 2 tablespoons, gives you nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. That's huge for something so small. Magnesium also helps calm your nervous system, lower nighttime cortisol, your stress hormone, regulate blood sugar, and support a deeper, more restful sleep. Bonus ingredient: tryptophan, the sleep amino acid. You may have heard of tryptophan from Thanksgiving dinner. It's that amino acid in turkey people often blame for the post-meal nap. But tryptophan isn't just found in turkey. Pumpkin seeds are a great plant-based source too. Here's how it works. Tryptophan converts to serotonin, your feel-good neurotransmitter. Serotonin converts to melatonin, your sleep hormone. The result? A smoother transition into sleep, less tossing and turning, and a better chance of reaching the deep stages of sleep where muscle repair happens. Power protein power in a tiny package. Pumpkin seeds also contain about 7 grams of plant-based protein per ounce, along with healthy fats. This means they release amino acids slowly throughout the night, helping to nourish your muscles gradually while you sleep. Think of it as a slow drip IV of strength, straight from your snack bowl. They also include zinc, for immune function and hormone balance, iron, to carry oxygen to your muscles, omega-6 fatty acids, to reduce inflammation when consumed in moderation. Special bonus for men over 60. Here's something many men don't realize. Pumpkin seeds are rich in zinc, which plays an important role in testosterone production. After 60, testosterone levels naturally decline, but zinc helps support healthy levels, which can impact muscle mass, energy, mood, and yes, even confidence. Just a tablespoon or 2 a day can contribute to better hormonal balance, especially in men aiming to maintain strength and vitality. How to eat pumpkin seeds before bed. This is one of the easiest bedtime snacks you'll ever try. Here's how. Eat 1-2 tablespoons of unsalted pumpkin seeds about 30-60 minutes before bed. You can eat them plain or sprinkle over plain Greek yogurt. Mix with sliced banana or kiwi. Warm slightly in a pan to bring out their nutty flavor. Avoid salted or flavored versions, especially before bed. Sodium can raise your blood pressure and disrupt your sleep. A few quick notes. Pumpkin seeds are safe for most people, but stick to small portions. They're calorie-dense. Chew thoroughly, especially if you have trouble digesting seeds. If you've had kidney stones, check with your doctor first due to oxalate content. And like anything new, start slow, especially if you're adding them to your diet for the first time. From just a seed to nighttime nourishment, pumpkin seeds aren't fancy. They don't come with a nutrition label screaming superfood, but they are, quietly, powerfully. And for people over 60, they might just be the missing piece that helps you sleep deeper, wake up looser, and regain that quiet sense of stability in your body. Coming up next. So far, we've talked about a fruit, kiwi, a protein, egg, a seed, pumpkin. But now, we're heading toward one final bedtime powerhouse, cottage cheese, the muscle whisperer of the dairy world. You might wrinkle your nose at the thought, but give me a few minutes, and I'll show you why a few spoonfuls of cottage cheese before bed may be the most effective bedtime snack you've never considered. See you in the next section. Part 6. Cottage cheese, the underrated bedtime powerhouse for muscle recovery. Okay, let's be honest. When you think about bedtime snacks, cottage cheese probably isn't the first thing that comes to mind. In fact, some of you might already be shaking your head. That's something my mom used to eat. Isn't it bland? Isn't it boring? But stay with me, because behind its plain appearance, cottage cheese is one of the most effective, science-backed foods you can eat before bed to support muscle strength and recovery, especially after 60. Meet Martha, 76. It's like my body finally got the memo. Martha is sharp, active, and full of wit, but lately, she'd started to feel off. She told me, "I don't feel sick, I don't feel old, but getting out of the car, climbing stairs, I feel like my legs aren't responding, like I'm there, but they're lagging behind." She wasn't eating poorly, but like many seniors, she kept her evening meal light and rarely ate anything before bed. So we added something simple. A small bowl of low-fat cottage cheese, just 3 or 4 spoonfuls about 30 minutes before bed. After 3 weeks, Martha lit up when she came back in. "It's like my body finally got the message. I wake up feeling more solid, more stable." And that's what cottage cheese does best. It doesn't make noise. It doesn't need hype. It just works quietly while you sleep. The secret inside: casein, the slow-release protein. Cottage cheese is rich in casein, a type of dairy protein that digests slowly. Unlike whey protein, which digests quickly, casein releases amino acids into your bloodstream gradually over the course of 6 to 8 hours. That means your body has a steady supply of muscle-repairing nutrients all night long. Why is that important? Because if you go to bed without enough amino acids in your system, your body may actually break down existing muscle tissue to fuel basic repairs. And that's the last thing we want, especially when aging already puts us at risk for muscle loss. Why cottage cheese is perfect for nighttime muscle support. Cottage cheese isn't just about casein, it also offers leucine. Just like in eggs, leucine helps trigger muscle protein synthesis. But combined with casein, it gives you a slow and steady signal to rebuild muscle, not just a quick spike. Vitamin B12, essential for brain function, red blood cell production, and nervous system health. Older adults often need more of it. Phosphorus and calcium. These minerals support bone strength and muscle contraction, key for balance and mobility as we age. Low in carbs, especially the plain, low-fat versions. Great for blood sugar control in people with diabetes or pre-diabetes. Bonus, it helps you sleep better too. You may not know this, but cottage cheese also helps with blood sugar stability overnight. Why does that matter? Because blood sugar dips in the middle of the night are one of the most common causes of nighttime awakenings, restlessness, early morning fatigue. By eating a small portion of protein and fat like cottage cheese before bed, you can keep blood sugar steady, helping you sleep more deeply and wake up more refreshed. How to eat cottage cheese before bed? Here's my no-fuss suggestion. 3 to 4 spoonfuls, about 1/4 cup, of low-fat cottage cheese. Eat it 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. Choose plain, low-sodium versions. Optional. Add sliced banana, kiwi, cinnamon, or even a drizzle of honey for flavor. If you prefer savory, try mixing it with chopped cucumbers, a dash of black pepper, or spread it on a thin whole wheat cracker. No cooking, no blending, no cleanup. Just open, scoop, and enjoy. 2. Things to keep in mind. If you're lactose intolerant, you may want to start with a very small amount. Choose lactose-free cottage cheese. Look for low-fat, low-sodium versions to protect heart health. Check the label. Some flavored versions may have added sugar, which isn't ideal at night. But overall, cottage cheese is one of the most well-tolerated bedtime proteins, even for people with sensitive digestion. Why cottage cheese is a good night hug for your muscles. You don't need to eat a lot. You don't need to overhaul your diet. But by adding just a few spoonfuls of this simple food before bed, you're giving your muscles the tools they need to stay strong. It's not just fuel, it's a signal to your body. Here's what you need. Take your time. Repair while I sleep. For older adults, that's the kind of nighttime nourishment that can slow muscle loss, improve sleep, and build a stronger morning, one bite at a time. Coming up next, we've now explored 4 amazing bedtime foods: kiwi, eggs, pumpkin seeds, cottage cheese. In the next and final section, we're going to tie it all together. I'll walk you through how to turn these foods into a simple, flexible, nighttime routine, and why that routine could be the most powerful gift you give your body in this chapter of life. Stay with me. The best is yet to come. Part 7. Final Takeaways. How a simple bedtime routine can help you rebuild strength after 60. We've covered a lot in this video. 4 foods, 4 stories, and 1 powerful message. Your body is still capable of rebuilding. It just needs the right tools and the right timing. So before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what you've just learned. And more importantly, let's turn it into something you can actually use tonight. What you've learned in this video. Kiwi, a sweet, soft fruit rich in natural melatonin, vitamin C, and potassium, helps you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and rebuild muscle while you rest. Eggs, a familiar source of high-quality protein and leucine, supports muscle repair, improves coordination, and provides vitamin D and choline to keep both body and mind sharp. Pumpkin seeds, tiny but mighty, packed with magnesium, tryptophan, and healthy fats. They help your muscles relax, improve sleep quality, and support hormonal balance. Cottage cheese, quiet, creamy, and slow digesting, delivers steady casein protein all night, giving your muscles exactly what they need to repair and grow stronger. And here's what ties them all together. They're all easy to find, easy to prepare, gentle on digestion, and backed by real science. A word to those who still think it's too late. Maybe you've been feeling weak for years. Maybe you've lost your balance once or twice and it scared you. Maybe you've started to avoid steps, soft chairs, or walks without your cane. I'm here to tell you, it's not too late. Muscle loss isn't a life sentence. It's not just old age. It's a process, and like any process, it can be interrupted, slowed, even reversed. One small change at a time. And bedtime is your secret window. Your new bedtime routine. Pick one or combine. Here's how you can start tonight. 1 hour before bed. Choose one of the following: 2 ripe kiwis, 1 soft-boiled egg, 2 tablespoons unsalted pumpkin seeds, 1/4 cup low-fat cottage cheese, or pair them if you like. Kiwi plus cottage cheese, pumpkin seeds over Greek yogurt, egg followed by a few slices of banana. Keep it light, keep it simple. Let it become a calm, caring ritual, something you do, not because you have to, but because your body deserves it. Real change happens quietly. No loud promises, no miracle products, no extreme diets. Just small choices, repeated consistently, at the right time. And here's the beautiful thing. You're not just feeding your muscles. You're feeding your sense of confidence. Your ability to move, rise, walk, lift, hug, dance, to feel like yourself again. That's the true goal. Not just living longer, but living stronger. Thank you for watching. Let's stay connected. If you've made it to this point, thank you. Truly. I hope this video gave you something valuable, knowledge, hope, or even just a new idea to try tonight. If it did, please consider doing 3 small things. Click the like button. It helps this video reach more people who need it. Share it with someone you care about, a spouse, a friend, a neighbor, or your adult children. Subscribe to Healthy Aging Bites, because we're building something special here. A space for real stories, honest science, and practical wisdom for life after 60. Together, we're changing what aging looks like, 1 bite, 1 night, 1 habit at a time. Until next time, rest well, eat kindly, and remember, your body hasn't given up on you. So don't give up on it. You've earned this strength. Now let's keep it. See you in the next video. From all of us at Healthy Aging Bites,